board we are playing in Mario Party 5 is... Oh, by 3 votes. Oh, wow, I'm surprised. We're actually going to be playing Pirate Dream. I thought people were going to pick Sweet Dream, and that was second place, but wow, I didn't expect Pirate Dream to take it at the very end. So yeah, the poll for that is over. If my mods could start posting the boards for Mario Party 6, or the poll for Mario Party 6, I will appreciate that. Let me jump into this call that we got going on here.
You should have voted Wet Dream.
No, I shouldn't have.
Why not? I like Wet Dream. It's a good joke.
It's not a good
No,
one.
I definitely am the first person to make it. No one's ever made it.
Shut up, you're not the first one.
I was the first one to make it. Actually, I don't think I was.
Oh, sure. Okay, so with me right now I have from CSS, or what used to be CSS, I have Mega Freak 400, and I also have the map of Crystal Star Studios, as we refer to him as, and also who has the most wrong opinions out of anyone in the entire world.
I have the greatest opinions.
I like how you had to give a disclaimer for us, even though my opinions aren't that bad. They're usually...
Yeah.
The thing is, too, I will say this right out, as far as Breath of the Wild is concerned, I was the one that was more negative of the two of us.
I hate things and I liked it still. A little bit, maybe.
That's true, you were very...
And the thing, well, I'll let us get started before I go into it, but just to start, it was poorly presented is my big problem. It was the worst presentation they could have given for that game, for anyone who's not interested in that type of gameplay from the start. If you're interested in Zelda for the puzzles, then you were able to just present it as the worst possible way they could have presented it. But I'll get into that more later. For now, Eldstar.
Eldstar, good old Eldstar.
I like how this is a better Paper Mario game than Sticker Star.
That is so true that it's sad. That's actually sad. That's so true. I agree. It is a worse Paper Mario game than
You mean better?
Oh, better. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Also, this Toad has more personality than all of the Toads in Sticker Star.
I like how people are defending Color Splash by saying, "Well, look, that Toad has a scarf." Okay, great. You're still you made progress, but you're not up to where you were before. It's not really progress if you're just having to relearn what you already did. But
yeah. I guess because I mean that is a good point. Like what you guys keep saying about like the characters and personality, because that's one of the things I really love about the old Paper Mario games is that every character had like kind of a gimmick almost. Like they had a unique feature or a unique trait, whether it was like, you know, in the first Paper Mario, Rusty, the smart Toad, you have the frickin' Toad Sisters or whatever they were.
that's the thing. The first one wasn't even as diverse as TTYD. And you still had personality to all of them, and then they're sitting there saying, "Oh well, I mean, I know all the Toads look the same, but we made each of them have their own distinct personality." No, the dialogue in Sticker Star is just awful, and all of the Toads just seem generic as as possible. And what sucks is, what is with Nintendo and suddenly giving Toad everything? He's got his own game. He's the star of the new Mario Party. He just plays Toad in that game. You've got tons of Toads in Paper Mario. Like, did they forget that other species exist at this point?
Well, I mean, do we want puny scramble?
Yes, I would be in favor of that. It would be awful, but I'd be in favor of it.
It would be awful. So
I think
okay,
we should have a game where it's only Spike, different colored spikes.
I would love to have that. I love Spike.
It's gonna be just Lubba. All Lubba.
Oh, good old Lubba. And yeah, I brought, for people saying in chat, I did bring my mic closer. Hopefully that fixes the volume on...
Is my volume okay?
Oh yeah, you're
fine. Am I cutting out at all?
I think both of you are fine.
Okay.
Not really. You seem fine to me.
Because my internet's been butts lately, so I don't want to cut out and be awful.
Eh. mine has been too, so no problem. Very quickly, a few followers I missed because apparently my OBS was turned down, so I couldn't really hear anything. Let's see, what names look familiar? Let's see, I think I said Legoman2341 already. Lord Dart T, Ham Gets Buckets, JR Shuffle, Saving Cats, Coolness 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, Data Craver, and PJ Awesomeness. So thank you guys for following, all of you.
So what turns are you doing for this?
Doing 30 turns for basically the rest of the GameCube games.
I missed my favorite game. Just by a few seconds.
You missed my favorite game too, which is 3.
No, 3's bad.
Oh, 3 has good backgrounds.
Okay, well, that goes ahead and answers my next question. What are your two favorite Mario Party games, or both of your favorite Mario Party
Clearly
games?
my favorite is the advanced version.
I like Mario Party E the best.
No, I like 3 the best. I can tell you why, but I don't know, just like 3. I like 1 too, but 3's probably my favorite.
Yeah. I like Mario Party more for minigames than, like, board design, and I admit that 4 doesn't have the best board design, but, like, it doesn't really impact me as much as the minigames, which I think 4 has the best minigames. 8 probably has the best board design, though.
8's also got the worst everything else.
Hammer Brother?
8's like a mixed bag. As much as I like 8, it's kind of like either awful or good.
But it has...
It's got the best host, though. But, and I haven't played anything after it. I didn't play either 9 or 10, so I couldn't tell you anything about how those two games play. What about Island Tour? Nobody talks about that. Was that any good?
I've never tried Island Tour, actually.
I didn't think that didn't have a cart, did it? That was normal in Mario Party. Oh, it did?
No, it did.
Oh,
I had a car. Yeah.
Why?
I don't know why. That's what everyone's been asking, actually. Wow, that didn't... He picked the same...
Actually, that's one of the reasons I really like 3, too. I like the items in 3 a lot, and I feel like 4's items weren't nearly as good. Then this game has orbs, obviously, so it changes them up.
Yeah.
But I like 3's item system.
I was telling Mega I like the candy in 8 because it's not cool, it's just stupid looking. You get to see him transform into stupid stuff.
I like that.
And that's the best part of the game.
Also, you get to play as Blooper, which, why would you not want to play as Blooper?
Hell yeah, I'm playing as Blooper when we get to that game.
What's the new... What did 9 and 10 have for new characters? Didn't one of them have Spike, or am I wrong?
10 had Spike, I believe. And also, I think 9 had Shy Guy, Magic Koopa, and, I want to say there was another one that I'm not thinking of.
I know Magic Koopa's cool. And that's the only good thing about 10, from what I've heard, is that Spike's in it.
Yeah, 10 has Spike, for sure.
Rosalina?
This random character... Yeah, Rosalina. I think she was in 10, I think. I don't know if she was in 9, I don't remember.
I mean, I would hope she'd be in 10. I know she's in the Amiibo mode. It would be weird if they just kind of ignored her otherwise.
I like how it took them forever to release her Mario Party Amiibo.
I know, even though they already said in the game, pretty much, hey, these 3 characters are gonna be in the game once their Amiibo come out. Maybe.
Oh, right, yeah.
I might buy the Wario Amiibo. I don't have any of the Mario Amiibos because I feel like the paint quality is a little worse than the Smash Bros. Ones. I don't know, but I like Wario. I like his Mario costume better than his WarioWare costume, so maybe.
I like how all the Amiibos...
Oh, Koopa was also in 9. Koopa was also in 9.
I like how I don't like Amiibos, and yet I have like a huge collection of them because people keep sending me them. Like, what do I have? I have 2 Squid Boys for Splatoon, because I bought one on my own. I got the 3-pack, so I have all the Splatoon ones. I got Tom Nook, KK, and... Is that it for... Oh, I bought... The only ones I bought were the Inkling Boy and Kix from Animal Crossing, because Kix is awesome. He's the best Animal Crossing character.
No Brewster.
But then I did that Reddit's gifts and the gift exchange, and I got Zelda and Link from that. And well, am I missing one? I don't have Brewster.
There's no
No,
Brewster.
yeah, I have 3 Animal Crossing ones, all 2 Squid Boys, the other Splatoon ones, and then Link and Zelda. But I don't know. I don't mind Amiibos for the purpose of being a statuette, but as far as being a thing you use, they're kind of lackluster.
Yeah, like, I love the figures themselves, but as far as game functionality, it's definitely lacking for sure. Like, it's lacking big time.
I like how the new Zelda is going to be using the Wolf Link, though. It's kind of cool how it's like, hey, you saved your ability, like how well you played the game on this one, and it affects you in the next game. Like, I don't know, like a lot of games just use the Amiibos as, hey, you have this thing, well, here's this thing. Like, it doesn't really, what the Amiibos do that's unique doesn't really matter. It's basically just a random DLC. Smash Bros. Does do, well...
Oh, keep going. I was going to
Smash Bros. Does manage to do it a little bit, but the function, so I don't understand what the function of the AI partners really was. So, like, even though it's a cool idea, it doesn't really work.
Well, and like with Twilight Princess, the whole thing with that one was you use this Amiibo and you unlock a new dungeon. Okay, but what does that have to do with the Amiibo itself? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I guess technically you play as Wolf Link, but still, I do like how they're doing it with the new Zelda with it, because first off, you're saving your data and you're building upon it, like with the hearts, and it's related to the character specifically. As much as Skylanders and games like that annoy people because you have to get these characters, you have to buy the figure and then you scan them in game. At least with those ones, there's a purpose behind the figure. You get that character and you play as that character. It seemed like for a while there was just, again, like with Hyrule Warriors, you just scan random Amiibo and you get a random item. Or it's just, look, it's a costume, which I guess is related to the character, but it's kind of, lackluster.
Hey, Hyrule Warriors had the spinner.
The spinner's great. I love the spinner a whole bunch, but still. Also, for my Amiibos, I have every Animal Crossing one except the Spring Isabelle, because it's kind of lame. I didn't see the point of buying 2 Isabelle.
Got kicked, though?
I like her.
You got kicked?
I do. Yeah, I have all of them. I have all the Splatoon ones, and then I have the Miis, because I had to buy the Miis. Those are the best Smash Brothers characters.
Generic characters.
No, I mean, when the new one came out, I wanted Pac-Man and I wanted Miis. Those were the 2 characters I wanted most in Smash Brothers. I have all the Earthbound ones, all the Fire Emblem ones, Kid Icarus ones, Kirby ones. That's it, pretty much. I don't have any Mario stuff.
I'm not even going to list all of mine.
He's got
Like I
Mario
said
and
earlier,
Mario and Mario.
Mario. Have either of you seen that, like, Amiibo
No,
rap?
does it go with Mario?
There's one part of the song, it's Mario, 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 Mario.
They've released so many Marios, though, because let's see, they got Gold Mario, regular Mario, the 2 Pixel Marios,
Silver
Smash
Mario.
Bros. Mario, Silver Mario. I think there's another one, too. Dr. Mario, Luigi Mario.
Luigi.
Luigi Mario.
But
I basically have like all the Smash Bros. Amiibos to this point. I only have Toad, Silver Mario, and one of the 8-bit Minecraft Marios. Like 5 or 6 Animal Crossings, the Splatoon ones, and Shovel
Oh,
Knight.
that's right. I forgot. I have Shovel Knight and Chibi Robo.
Oh, I probably should get Shovel Knight.
Oh yeah. I forgot. I have Chibi Robo.
I should
as
get
well.
Shovel Knight only because I do like Shovel Knight a lot.
Yeah,
I
I didn't
don't
buy
mind
Zip
supporting.
Flash.
Nobody should have bought Ziplash. It wasn't a good game.
Well, I went to GameStop. I bought Ziplash with the
For
full
the
bundle.
you were buying it for the Amiibo only.
Well, no, I wasn't going to buy the game for the Amiibo. I was going to buy the Amiibo on Amazon for like 20 or something bucks. But I went to GameStop, I bought the game, I went back to work, and then later I returned the game without the Amiibo and got my money back. But now I have it.
You are an
Chibi
awful
Robo.
person. But I thought you were gonna cancel your. You didn't do that. You were gonna cancel your pre-order so you could just get the Amiibo when it came out individually, right?
Yeah, but then I realized I could do this instead.
Oh, and Weaver, I actually did. I got Waddle Dee today. Actually, it came in the mail, so I have Waddle Dee as
You
well.
have the backdrop for the Wallaby. You haven't seen the lame-looking dioramas for the Amiibos?
No, I don't think
The
I have.
Splatoon ones look cool,
No,
but
I
the ones
Yeah.
for Kirby are just kind of, like, unnecessary.
I mean, the Smash Brothers dioramas are kind of lame looking too. It's really only the Splatoon ones that look cool. And you can put a phone in the background and it can be a TV for the Squid Sisters, which is cool.
But it's like a cardboard display case, basically.
Yeah.
Well, not case, but...
Where is the star? Can I even get that star?
I've considered the Kirby Amiibo. I don't know if I'm going to buy the DDD one because it looks kind of lanky and awkward, but I might buy the other three. As much as I love DDD.
Doesn't Waddle Dee look the best of those ones?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Waddle Dee's one's awesome. Like, I was gonna get it anyway because again, I at least want one character. Like, I'm not gonna get like 2 Marios. Like, the only reason I got Silver Mario was I got it from I got it as a prize for something.
You should...
And so I don't want to get multiple variations
But
of the same.
if you're going to get multiple variations, you should buy the next pack of Splatoon ones that are coming out. Yes, they're so good!
I'm really sad about those though because the new boy amiibo is the exact like palette that I consider for my my girl that I use in Splatoon. So I wish that like the darker skin and the purple hair was on the girl instead of the boy, because it is the most interesting looking of all the Squid amiibos, and I want it because I'm greedy.
I like Splatoon a lot, though. Like, it's literally, even if you're disappointed in the Wii U, I feel like I still would buy a Wii U just to play Splatoon, because it's that good.
Splatoon is really good.
And just to give you an idea, Pawn hates multiplayer games, and he likes Splatoon a lot.
I do.
Or you hate like, multiplayer online, or...
Well, when I play multiplayer, it seems like just sort of like a gimmick that you just, hey, friends that I'm hanging out with, let's do this one time just for the hell of it. And you don't really ever consider it like a full frontal thing, and it's just kind of more boring than the single player. And I bought Splatoon, and I was like, yeah, the game looks cool, but I'm just going to play it for the single player. But I think something about the way Splatoon works, it still feels like a single player game while still being a multiplayer game. And it appeals to me, and I like that game a lot, and I put a lot of hours into it.
Mario sucks at his job.
He does. He screwed us there.
This is why you shouldn't have bought his Amiibo.
That's why you shouldn't have played as Mario. Well, I mean, you shouldn't have put Mario in your team.
I didn't. That was random.
No, but I mean, in all 4, you should never pick Mario for any of the 4. You should have had 3
okay,
Koopa
fair
kids,
enough.
4 Koopa kids.
Yeah, just all Koopa kids.
This isn't story mode.
Could be.
All Toads!
Okay, I guess I'll say my thing about Splatoon. I'm honestly not, like, the biggest fan of it, but I fully acknowledge it as a great game. I think that it's, honestly a step up for Nintendo in terms of, like, online, because in what little I've played of Splatoon Online, it has, like, a great online service. It works really well, the servers are great, and it seems like just a game that I feel like anyone can pick up and have fun with.
Sure.
It's not like my favorite game on the Wii U, like not even close, but I think it's solid.
What would
for
be
it
your
is.
favorite?
Hyrule Warriors.
You just want controversial opinions, don't you?
I'm gonna hold my tongue.
No, but
Except
here's the
that
thing. I've only played Hyrule
Okay.
Warriors, but from what I've seen of what Pons told me about the 3DS version, every complaint I had about it is fixing the 3DS version. Every single complaint, because I had to mention one of my things was, I don't know why you can't control multiple characters and have them like switch between them in the battlefield, and they do that in the 3DS version.
Right.
And it's cheaper than the Wii U version, so aside from graphics, there's really no reason not to just buy the 3DS version, and that's it.
I agree. And
I think that's fair. Like, I hate, like, and, like, I actually do kind of agree with you, Pon, about, like, I think it's stupid that they don't have, like, any of the like 3DS missions or adventure maps for the Wii U version because it basically makes the new characters you can play as like there's no reason to level them up at all. There's no reason to. And that's so stupid.
Also,
I don't know why they did that.
What was I gonna say? One thing I hope, if they make a Hyrule Warriors 2, which, as many complaints as I give to Hyrule Warriors and not being worth the money, I'm gonna buy a Hyrule Warriors 2 once it comes out. I hope they make it so, one thing I really wanted them to do when the first game came out is have each character have an army assigned to them. So, like, Darunia has the Gorons, and, Fee has, like, Skyloft Knights. And then, like, because there's no Zora in the game, and I really wanted Zora, so give Ruto a Zora army, give, like, the Deku Scrubs to Lana or something. So, like, it feels more dynamic than you're fighting a villain, so you're fighting some random assortment of whatever villains any of the villains could have.
Or you're the hero, so you get Gorons and generic soldiers.
Yeah.
Pawn, do you have the new 3DS or just the
Yeah, I have the new 3DS. Not the XL, though.
Okay. Okay, well, the one problem I have with the 3DS version of Hyrule Warriors, because I don't have a new 3DS yet, is it's not so much the frame rate, that doesn't bother me at all, but I don't like how, like, enemies don't appear on screen until other enemies are gone. Because you finish up enemies, you don't see anything around, you move on, just for another enemy to appear, like, behind you.
Yeah, I mean, I will agree the pop-in isn't great in that game. Which, I mean, I understand why. It's a dinky little system. But, yeah, I mean, that really is the big issue with this game. The 3DS version is just hardware concerns. And, I mean...
And it still happens... I think he's asking, does it still happen in the new 3DS one?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it probably... I mean, I don't know how much different it is without having played it on both, but I think the pop-in is still there. It might be better, but... I don't know.
Okay, that's fair. Also, I just stole Daisy's star because she wanted to duel me for mine, so that worked out.
What are the
Shot her.
What you said the computer players are they on hard?
Okay. Yeah, they're on hard. I don't think there's a super hard difficulty in this game.
You should have had a real duel and shot her with a dueling pistol.
Also, I said Gaia would do this. Rahoo! Got Donkey Kong.
Oh, Donkey Kong got... He doesn't come back ever, right? Or did they bring him back in, like, 10?
They bring him back in 10.
That's another good thing about 10, I guess, if you like Donkey Kong.
I don't know why I heard this, but when you said Donkey Kong got, and you got cut off, I was immediately expecting Donkey Kong got run over by a reindeer, and I don't know why.
You know what's a classic Christmas cartoon? That.
Nothing
it's
says
not.
classic Christmas like Caribbean music.
Nothing says Christmas like Grandpa sued the pants off of Santa. You haven't seen that, have you, Slim? So you know the song though. They made a Christmas special based on it, and it's really bad.
Of course it is. For one, it's based off that song, so yes.
The plot ends up becoming that Cousin Mel has a lawsuit against Santa for a hit and run, and like the whole second half is just them in a courtroom trying to sue Santa, who, from the first section, they didn't even believe he existed, and now they're trying to sue him. It's really just... It's fun to watch, though, because it's really bad.
The best thing about it, it's really, like, forced how many songs are in it. Like, one way of them putting in a song is that they say, how about you sign these papers? And out of nowhere, Grandpa goes, sing? No, sign. I'd rather sing. And then he sings.
And also, so the actual song itself, when it's like, you know, how's the lyrics go? Like, you've been drinking too much eggnog. And in the special, they sing that line because they actually played the song. And then as soon as that line is done, the characters go, "You've been drinking too much eggnog," and they just repeat everything afterwards. It's just really good.
Oh,
I mean, it's not, but
okay. So I got a star from that duel. I got a star from Donkey Kong, and I'm about to get another star. Like, it's just right.
Well, that's the question. Have you won the other games? Because I was asleep. So
I won 1, 2, and 4. I did not win 3 because that was a disaster.
Oh, I like 3 though. So is that why they came in and then got delayed because of 3?
Not so much because we actually finished 3 early because we got the wacky watch and I used it like 3 turns before the last 5 turns. Mario Party 2, I think, is what was kind of delaying everything.
It just took too long.
Yeah.
All of the other reindeer is a great Christmas special as well, and it actually is somewhat good, but it's also ridiculous too.
It's such an elevator pitch movie too, because it's just like, all right, listen to this. What if you know how it's Olive, the other reindeer? What if it was Olive, and that's it? That's the whole movie. Is just that one elevator pitch.
You're just mean to beagles. Actually, I don't think she's a beagle though. I think she's a terrier. But
There's the ugly mailman or something, right?
No, I like the ugly mailman though. And also, just the animation in general, like, it's not bad, but it's so weird looking, and they're all 3D. I'm pretty sure they're 3D flat models, but they're animated. Like, they're two-dimensional, but they're animated in a 3D program, so it just looks really weird of how that,
Doesn't some guy spin, and you see him flat for a second?
Yeah, because they're entirely flat. They're basically what they did is they made flat panels in like Maya or whatever program they made for 3D animation, and they're flat with just textures painted on of the character, but they're animated. It's like South Park, except for if they didn't know how to animate. Because South Park still like makes their characters, animated. They like move their hands in and out of the frame. They're like Paper Mario basically. That's a better Paper Mario game than Sticker Star 2.
All of the other reindeers.
All of the other reindeers a better Paper Mario game. Okay.
But
it's true. I'm probably.
Oh, is it? Oh, so yeah, it was worked on by Matt Groening. I think he does do. Does he do the mailman voice? He might, or not him, but the person who did.
Well, actually, it's
Homer. Homer's voice. What's his name? Oh, the voice of Homer Simpson.
Dan
Okay.
Castellaneta.
What is John Madden voice acted?
I think John Castellaneta's more iconic voice is his attempt at being Genie in Kingdom Hearts, and it sounds real bad.
He also attempts to be him in the second Aladdin movie, but he's honestly not bad in that because the worst part of that movie is that it's animated like on a ship budget. It looks really bad compared.
Oh, the animation was really bad in that, wasn't it?
It's basically the equivalent of the TV animation, but it's a movie. So, and then you go to 3, and 3 has their animation budget racked back up. And not that the Disney Direct movies are, good in general, but a lot of them at least have a decent budget. Like Lion King 2 is almost just as good as Lion King 1.
It has Kovu.
It has Kovu, and it has Zira. I like Zira. I don't like Zira.
I do not know why I'm not hearing Twitch alerts anymore. I don't know. For
Did
some
you
reason
mute
it's not
your
working,
stream?
but- No,
Well,
I
then-
didn't. I'm supposed to hear it. It goes through OBS, the program I'm using to stream, but it's fully the volume's fully up.
And it's not popping up on stream either, just in the corner. I'm not seeing it.
Oh, it's not.
I'm not seeing it.
Oh. Well, Mindstorm, XLR, Hero, Brian Riolo, Supu Chick, Aaron T83, Black Widow 94, Baking Gamer 918. Thank you all for following.
Here's another controversial opinion. I think Lion King 2's soundtrack is better than Lion King 1. I think Lion King 1's soundtrack is way overrated and is probably one of the worst of the Renaissance Disney movies. Yeah.
Whoa. What about dig a tunnel, dig a tunnel,
That's
dig a
not.
tunnel, dig a bigger tunnel.
I like how that's the only song from Lion King 1.5 too, for the most part. But I like all the equivalents between Lion King 2 and 1. I think are better. I like the intro song better than Circle of Life. I think Circle of Life is overrated. I like the love song in 2 more than I like Can You Feel Love Tonight. Not that Can You Feel Love Tonight's bad, but
Oh, poor John.
oh, were you something else?
Elton John, not John.
John Madden.
I was gonna, yeah.
And then I like, and the best song in 2 is Yupendi by far because it's so goofy and Rafiki's awesome.
I like they're cheeky. Also, someone was asking about Nintendo making movies, and I think as much as I don't really care about Star Fox, I think Star Fox would be really, really cool as like an episodic cartoon series, like kind of cheesy Saturday morning cartoon. I don't know if Zelda could ever work. I think Zelda
They
is
had
too...
one of those.
Okay, yes, but I think Zelda is too perfectly made to the understanding of what a video game is. Like the Phoenix Wright anime, that doesn't really work. Neither does the movie, really. It doesn't work because the game is so catered to understanding what a game is.
It also doesn't work because it's badly animated.
That's true, but I don't know if a Zelda game, movie or show could ever really work right because of how tailor-made to being a video game Zelda is.
I don't think it could ever work live action. I think I would.
No way.
Wouldn't take it seriously at that point. It would just be kind of like it. Like a lot of the movies they try and make to live action just don't work. Not even because the directors are bad. That usually is a thing as well. But some shows just can't translate to live action and still be taken seriously.
I mean, do you think I think actually a Mario show, a cartoon could work, but I don't think a Mario live action thing.
What about Mario movie? I think that would be amazing.
What other cool? I mean, the Kirby anime is fine. Pokemon anime is fine.
Pokemon anime is awful. There's nothing good about that.
I mean, it's weird though, because Pokemon is the same kind of example where like it's so catered to being a game. But I like the Pokemon anime better when it's not anything like the game. Like I like the idea how the Elite Four is handled, where there's like not just 8 gyms, there's like maybe 20 gyms per region, and Ash just happens to go to the 8 that are in the games because it would be too much budget to make new Pokemon.
But at least, I mean, it's not like Gary didn't have badges for the other ones, though.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. Like Gary had other badges. Ash just happened to have one that correlated to the game Pokemon from the game, or excuse me, the gyms from the game. And I like how there's the big championship before the Elite Four. Like, you win the championship, you have the chance to take on the Elite Four. The Elite Four are actually, like, a big deal. Unlike in the games where they're kind of not.
I like that a lot more, because, like, the games, like, obviously it's a game, but it doesn't really make sense for one person just to go through this trial. I like the tournament idea. Makes more sense.
I mean, I think the Elite Four are kind of badly handled in general, except the first generation. But, I mean, that's a different thing in general.
Ooh, ice cream.
So,
Ice cream.
Mario Party 5. Oh, actually, this is my favorite. This is my favorite game by far. Also because you know how when you bought Double Dash, you got that. I think it was Double Dash. You got the bonus disc that came with it.
Yeah.
That had like the Fire Emblem stuff that allows you to get like free items and stuff. This was one of the few demo games on that disc, and so I played it because I'd never bought Mario Party 5. So that's my experience is this game from Mario Party 5.
Coney Island. That's alright. I always get screwed over.
They turned Coney Island into Koopa Island.
No.
Coney Island Disco Palace. Good thing I found a magic bullet.
That game is not good. That game is really bad.
Of course it's not. It was on a Philips CDI.
Controversial opinion. I don't really like Wreck-It Ralph that much.
I like Wreck-It Ralph a lot, but I don't like Brave, and I don't like... What was the other one that I don't like that you'd like? Oh, my controversial movie would be I hate the Lego Movie. I mean, not so much I hate, I really just think it's just boring. But... So... Oh.
I've never seen
Wreck-It Ralph's good, I like it. I like it best when it's not trying to be like, oh, look at these characters and stuff. I like it best when it's going for its original story.
Right.
And also John C. Reilly is great.
They had to animate a fake character for him, because if they made it look like John C. Reilly, they'd scare children too much.
Like, that's actually what they said. I like how, I think, wasn't he the actor of everyone who, for John C. Reilly, who has the most amount of highly rated movies, like has been in the best movies comparatively. Like Adam Sandler's been in like the worst. Oh no, actually, no, it's not true. It was Rob Schneider. In the
Rob Schneider, no. number one on those. Like, what was it? They took the ratio of their scores based on how many movies they were in, or something like that. And Rob Schneider was the actual worst.
Yeah, Rob Schneider is like. And then who was the girl who was the worst? It was like.
I don't remember.
I don't know. But
Maybe it's Mila Kunis. She's not in very many good movies.
she was on that list, though. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think so.
But...
Also, John Cena Riley. There's your meme.
John Madden apparently does a lot more than we realized, according to the stream. He's a voice actor. He's
in everything. He's in everything but football.
What is he doing? Is he's still around, right?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. I can't imagine a world without John Madden.
I don't know. 2016's not been really good for celebrities, so.
That's very true.
Does it really matter? Tom Clancy's been dead, and they're still making Splinter
No,
Cell
Pon.
games.
I mean, Pon. You mean Tom Clancy? Oh, you didn't like my.
Oh right.
I'm the one.
I did like your joke, but I know I got it. It's just my internet's cutting out, so the timing was worse.
Ow.
Am I chopping on your end? Am I choppy at all?
A little bit.
A little bit. Yeah.
All right. Let me know if it gets worse. I'll have to move rooms.
You're gonna go in the basement.
Maybe. But my boiler might be too loud for a stream. I wouldn't want to ruin the stream with my boiler.
So Slim, since I feel like we're kind of drowning you out, what did you think of E3?
Honestly, I thought E3 was better this year than it was last year. I just was incredibly, underwhelmed last year. There's not a whole lot, I necessarily, am super pumped for. There was nothing that blew me away, but I feel like all the conferences at least had something that kind of caught my eye to an extent. Everything except...
What about EA? Did anything EA? Because I didn't watch theirs.
Okay. To be fair, yeah, I guess not EA either, but... I almost don't count those. I almost just count those as, game showcases as opposed to,
Well, has EA's ever been good, though? Have they ever had anything worth looking into, usually? I mean, maybe once in a while, but I feel like EA's just usually a waste of time.
Wasn't there a Minion app last year?
Yeah, they had a Minion app that they spent, 15 minutes talking about.
See?
Oh, that Minion Island or whatever?
Yeah.
I don't even remember what it was.
See? There you go. That's true.
They brought, who was the guy, the soccer guy they brought in last year? Was it Pele? Is that his name? Yeah.
It's football?
Pele, that's right. I forgot about that.
They should just stop, bringing in guests in general never works out for E3. Because they just usually don't care. Anyone who's not related to games just comes across as awkward. Usually.
What about Zac Efron?
Oh, wait, he was there?
Yeah, he was in the convention. So was Snoop Dogg. He was part of a competition.
Okay, but
Snoop
Dogg can make anything seem okay. He's pretty chill.
That's true.
But I was working most those 2 days, so I didn't get to see. I saw a little bit of Sony's, and from what little bit I saw, it was better than anybody else's as far as conferences are concerned.
Oh yeah, Sony was great. Sony had a great conference. They did.
But I gotta say I didn't see much of it. I'm not gonna get a PlayStation, so I'm not super interested in looking into it. But then again, I could get on the PC because they didn't have many exclusives, did they? From what I saw, or am I wrong on that one?
I don't know. Is God of War?
You would think
I don't
it
see
would.
Why it wouldn't be.
Yeah, I guess God of War. God of War, and that looked good.
See, the one I liked from Sony's was the something Dawn.
Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah, I was gonna say Breaking Dawn, but that's not right. That's
It's Twilight.
Breaking Dawn.
Horizon Breaking Dawn.
No.
My favorite game was Cried with Norman Reedus. My favorite show.
Oh my god. Yes.
No, I mean I'm an asshole, and one of my favorites was I mean, first off, I really like Insomniac, and I like Spider-Man, so there's that. I hope Miles Morales is an alternate costume now that Miles Morales is popular.
I like how if they made a Luke Cage game, you would buy that, no matter how good or bad it was.
They have a Spider-Man game that has Luke Cage and Moon Knight, and it's trash, and I own it.
Just because you own a lot of bad games, though.
You own a lot of bad games.
You wanted to buy a DS game that started with Q, just so that you had a DS game that started with Q. There's no. We looked it up. There's like quick yoga and quick spot. There's nothing good for the DS with Q. The closest, I guess, was Quantum Solace, but I don't know if that game was any good.
I mean, I don't like Quantum of Solace, the movie, so I can't imagine a DS game based on a James Bond movie I didn't really like would be anything great.
Also, is that the first one, or is that the second newest James Bond movie?
No,
because it was DS. I'm trying to figure out, like...
I hope I don't get this wrong. It's Quantum Solace, Casino Royale, Skyfall, and then Spectre.
I thought Casino Royale was his first one, though.
You know what? You're right. Damn it. Yeah. Okay. Casino Royale, Quantum Solace, Skyfall, Spectre. Spectre's trash. I don't really like Quantum Solace, and the other two are good. Skyfall's really good.
But yeah, for me, for E3, the highlight by far was the stealth release of Rhythm Heaven Mega Mix, which if you haven't bought it, go buy it, because it's amazing, and I love it. It's...
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That was pretty
Plus, I'm watching it, they're like, oh yeah, it's out now. Like, what? Really? And it's just... If you've never played the Rhythm Heaven games, it's the perfect game to get into, because they've really adapted it. One of the things is they include, obviously, old games from the old series, and what they do is for the first few games, they have they have new versions of it. So, like, there's one with a cat and a dog in the airplane. Well, they have a different song, and it's kind of a very simpler version that you play initially. Then later on, you play the original one, and the original one is a lot harder, so they did adapt the games. There's a better learning curve for Mega Mix for people who aren't as good at listening to the rhythm. So if you've never played the series and you're interested in playing a rhythm series new rhythm series, Mega Mix is the one to play, because I mean it has a bunch of games from the old series. It has some new ones. Perfect learning curve, and it's only $30. It's not really, and I've been playing it, and I think maybe like 6 hours, 7 hours, and I'm not even close to done. And that's not even counting getting perfects and getting all the extra games you can get. It's just wonderful, and by far was the best thing they did that came out of E3 in my opinion. The worst being Color Splash being confirmed to be trash, but.
Yeah, really.
The worst part about Color Splash, to me personally, too, is I've always been the kind of person, like, talking about, like, because I like RPGs a lot, and I like exploring what RPG as a genre really means, because I'm a pretentious asshole like that. But I really like turn-based, too, just turn-based games that aren't RPGs. Like, for example, one of the things that really made me want to get Bravely Default, not that I played much of it, Mega bought that for me, and I never played it. But
you know what? I think if you didn't play that, I bought for you, Dingle.
But so Bravely Default, you can turn off the experience, and I really like just using like turn-based games as like a puzzle to try and figure out the most optimum strategy of how to beat the enemies with, like, okay, let's have every character do a certain move, so that way every character gets a good move in, but also we do it in a seamless fashion. And that's what I like about Thousand Year Door a lot. I really like the battle system of Thousand Year Door, and I was like, if they were to show that you can have a turn-based game that's not an RPG, Thousand Year Door is the perfect example. I would love to see a game that's turn-based and not an RPG. And then we got Sticker Star, and it's trash, and everyone hates it. And it just, everyone, like, part of the reason people say is, oh, well, it's not an RPG. That's part of the reason. Why would I ever play it if the battle system is so bad and there's no point to the battles? Which I don't really agree with, but the battle system is bad because it has that, like, consumable item system and all that, and it makes me sad. Because especially with Color Splash, everyone's saying, well, now Paper Mario is not an RPG series anymore. This is why it's bad, not the lack of character or interesting design or words with Bowser or any of that.
Yeah,
But that,
the battle system's bad, but there's a lot of other things that are worse about Sticker Star for me. I like the lack of story, the lack of any personality at all. The thing stickers, there's just basically Color Splashes. What you saw at Color Splash is basically all of this is the same as what it was in Sticker Star, and we're not changing any of it. And if they had made anything slightly different or better, I would have maybe considered it. But they didn't improve anything. They made it exactly the same. The only thing that's better is it's got a little bit more dialogue and it might be a little bit more interesting. But as far as gameplay, the gameplay still looks like complete crap.
Yeah, honestly, that was my problem with Sticker Star. I just wasn't really having fun with it. Like, I just was not really enjoying it at all. Like, it was a unique idea for a combat system, but it just wasn't a fun.
If you want a good combat system that doesn't have experience, play Chrono Cross. Because Chrono Cross, as much as Chrono Cross isn't perfect either, but Chrono Cross's battle system is perfect, and you do technically get experience. But how Chrono Cross works is there's a lot of boss battles, and every time you fight a boss, you basically get an increase in level and experience, or stats, I mean. And you have a bunch of different a ton of characters, and the characters you have out on like the random battles from like mooks and stuff, those ones will get slightly more bonus, but for the most part it's just the boss battles, and everybody gets that experience boost in your party, no matter if they're on your active party or not. So the experience points don't matter in Chrono Cross. What's important in Chrono Cross is how you the magic system that they have is figuring out that. And if you want, like Palm was talking about it being a puzzle, Chrono Cross is the perfect example of that. That was done well. So when everyone's like, an RPG with no experience, it's been done before and it's been done better.
well, I mean, if you're taking an RPG with no experience, technically, Animal Crossing New Leaf is the best RPG with no experience. I may or may not have written an essay about it for my digital game studies class.
I like New Leaf. Also,
It's a good RPG.
Yeah, New Leaf is great. Yeah. And also, Daisy threw away a mirror.
I feel like, from what I've seen so far of you playing this, the computers are really bad in this game.
Well, look at Koopa Kid right now. He's
Yeah,
doing
What is Koopa Kid doing?
circles.
he's going rogue. Don't worry, guys. He's going rogue.
If you lose this, Slim, I will make fun of you forever because there's no reason you should be able to lose this.
I have 4 stars, so I'm already at a
Where are
good
we at
start.
turn? Are we halfway through or not even close?
Yeah, I think we're at the halfway point. Turn 14.
So you're gonna have us stick around for 6 then, or?
6. It's 7:30.
No.
So,
I mean 6 the game, not 6 the time.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, you'll probably be around for the start of it, I imagine. I can see that. Because, yeah, you have like an hour and a half. You guys have been here for an hour.
Did you want us to stay until 9, or what? How did you want to do that?
Up to you, because the next commentary shift, which I guess I'll go ahead and announce this. It's going to be Illu Weaver, Wolf of Storms, and when he gets off work, Pixel Plume. So that's going to be the next shift at 9 p.m. So, and wow, I already lost this game. So I was talking and wasn't paying attention. But yeah, that's you guys are definitely welcome to continue on until.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. If Pawn's up. Well, even if Pawn's not, I'm fine with that.
Wow.
Well, are you fine with that?
Yeah. Screw Pond.
I'm just gonna mute my mic and just sit here in anger until 9 o'clock.
I am gonna have to probably for a little bit go away and eat some tacos. So, but in a little bit here.
Okay. A real character building exercise.
Hey, tacos have all the 5, 6, whatever food groups. They've got vegetables with lettuce, you got meat, you got dairy, bread. I mean, you could put strawberries on there if you really wanted to.
I mean, tomatoes.
Strawberry.
Yeah, I guess tomatoes. I don't really like tomatoes on my tacos. Well, no, that's not true. If it's like good salsa, like actual good salsa, I like that. Like the
My
fresh.
grandfather make good salsa.
But we've been doing this. It's some fresh salsa and guacamole, and the way I don't know why. I never used to like guacamole. but they've been really good lately.
You almost said Guacamelee like 3 times.
Guacamelee is a good game, and you should play it.
You should also eat it, apparently, because...
You should. Do you not like guacamole, Slim?
Not really, actually. I'm not really a big fan.
Yeah, me neither.
Made of avocados.
I don't like avocados. Like, my family always eats avocados with, like, rice and stuff, and I'm like, I'll eat the rice, but I don't...
Eat the rice with cow?
No! But yeah, I just can't do avocado. I don't know why. It's not like I didn't grow up with it or anything, because I did, but...
Some of it, have you tried it recently? Because I know, like, for me, I didn't used to, and as you grow older, your taste, like, kids can taste the bitter nature of food a lot more than adults can. And so, like, a lot of foods that were bitter when you were young, if you try them now, they're you can taste more of the subtle flavors and not get overwhelmed by the bitterness.
Or if you eat cilantro and it tastes like soap.
Oh, cilantro's not that good.
I like cilantro, but some people, they eat it and it tastes like soap instead of food.
Also, I'm going to explain that joke because nobody's going to get it but me and Pon or anybody who happened to watch the show. Slim, do you remember the show Ultimate Muscle?
Yeah.
I made Pon watch the first season, and it's very nostalgic at most, but he sings with my rice I eat, I want, or how's it go? With my rice, I want to have some cow. He sings this, yeah.
Cow.
So,
I remember that. Yeah.
But I made him watch it, and he's saddened by that because there were much better things we could have watched than Ultimate Muscle. But I like it. It's just really bad.
Yeah, I know Weaver loved Ultimate Muscle for sure.
Makes me sad.
I like to eat the cow.
I like that. I like the voice acting though, because James is the guy who voiced James from the Pokemon series is in it, and they really go. One of the things is the dubs go out of their way to be even more over the top. At one point, like I was gonna say his name is me, but I was gonna call him Danny DeVito because that's what he is. But he's pounding on the mat, and clearly what he was trying to say is something different, and instead they like make a commentary about his animation, how it's just repeating over and over or something. Yeah, it would have been Eric Stewart.
There's also a time where, because obviously it's not supposed to be in Japan because it's the localized version. They show a picture of, I don't even remember her name anymore, but Ultimate Muscle's love interest.
Roxanne!
That's it. In the traditional like Japanese schoolgirl costume, and then me makes a joke. He's like, she even dressed up like a sailor for some time or something like that.
I think it was she was talking about her mother or something, or her father, whoever, and she's like, he even supported my dream of being a sailor, and she's dressed as a schoolgirl from Japan. But
very quickly, I do have some donations that happened for the charity thing I'm doing. Happy Leif Erikson Day from Dahing Duran. What? I can't pronounce that last word.
What was the last word? Duran?
Oh, it's probably what the thing he says. Durgan. That's probably what he was going for there. Happy Leif Erikson Day. A $25 donation. No name aside from that. So, thank you for donated.
Also, that's one thing Pon can agree with. It does have like one of the best openings ever.
I mean, I would say ever, but
yeah, ever. The only one that beats it is Fighting Foodons.
Hey, Fighting Foodons.
Oh, was it? Fighting Foodons was really bad.
It had a villain that was a cat girl. In a show about battling food.
It had Fried Ricer.
That's right, it did have Fried Ricer.
But
I really like Bobo a lot, and so it's that basic kind of humor there too.
Well, Ultimate Muscle?
Well, I mean, Bobo is better than Ultimate Muscle, but
oh.
It's the same kind of humor. One time...
this is Mario Party 5, Static Squirrel.
One time, Yugi Moto pops out of Bobo's hair and fires Slifer the Sky Dragon at someone.
What?
And that's pretty cool.
Does it actually happen?
Yeah, you think I'm joking?
Yes! I can't tell, because it sounds ridiculous.
Yes.
But... sorry if I'm ignoring the comments I'm trying to read, but I'm losing track of what's going on. So if people if you say my name, I'll try and, if you want to talk to me specifically, I'll try and address it. But I'm focusing on Slim and the conversation. I also like this game too, by the way. Pinball one.
I don't a little bit. I don't know. Like I've never really been a fan of pinball as like. I don't hate pinball. I'm just not really a fan of using it as a mini game necessarily.
I like Pokemon pinball.
Oh, I love Pokemon pinball for sure.
Mega, please read this comment. I did.
I've only beaten Pokemon pinball with save states though, because I'm bad at pinball.
You know what other game you beat with save states? Donkey Kong 64.
That's true. I can't beat that game without save states.
We tried doing a replay of it, and we got into Gloomy Galleon, and I didn't even try and do like the Beetle race without. I just didn't feel like putting myself through that torture again. I've beaten it once all the way.
But
oh no! That's why we did it too. We were like, okay, we're not dealing with this anymore. And we just started save stating like every 2 seconds. Save state, save state, save state. I would want to like Donkey Kong 64, and I like elements of it, but it's so poorly designed, especially for Rare, because at the time with Banjo-Kazooie and Tooie, both of those games are better designed. And the biggest problem is, I don't know why they didn't... One of two things. Either they had each Kong have their own separate section, or they needed to combine them better, because, for example, Gloomy Galleon, you have 4 different, I think, stretches of bananas within the first entry area. So you have to go in, go back to the tag barrel, switch out, go back just to get more bananas from that one area for no reason. It's you know what I mean, that they don't utilize the characters correctly. On top of most of the missions just being, use your musical pad, use this one item, just repeating the same things over and over. On top of Beaver Bother, which is the worst mini game ever.
Yeah, I don't like how it's like, hey, arbitrarily use this music instrument, and then sometimes Squawks gives you a banana for no reason, sometimes a door opens somewhere for no reason.
Oh shoot, I meant to put it on the space I was on. I just used Hammer Bros.
Oh.
Yeah, what does that even do? Does it just hurt?
It makes me...
Oh, why would you ever do that?
I didn't mean to put it... I didn't mean to use it. I wanted to put it on
I'm
the
more
space
so, why
I
would
was
they even
on.
let you do that? That seems... Is there ever a time you'd want to lose coins?
No.
I guess if somebody was gonna... Well, is there an item in this game that lets you steal from the person with the most coins, or do you choose?
I mean, in any case, you end up trying to steal, like...
Okay,
you
that would be the only thing I could think of, is like you wanted to avoid that. Would be a good strategy, but yeah, DK64, and the other thing is too, like, you know how the last boss has all of the Kongs working together to beat K. Rool? They needed to do more of that, and in a way that actually felt like you were helping, as opposed to like, Diddy's got to open this temple just because Diddy's got to open this temple. There's not,
I agree with that too.
Yeah, there was a lot of unnecessary switching, I agree. I love DK64, but even I agree that it's not the best 3D platformer on
Or
the
a better example of what I'm talking about too, I think it was done well, people might disagree, Banjo-Tooie, you switched a lot in that game too, but that never felt as tedious, because with that, like for example in Witchy World, you switch to the armor card to do a specific task, to fill the money. You switch as Mojo to do a specific thing with the spells. And it feels like everyone works together to do their part. And while it's probably not, doesn't work out as good as it could, I still think I never felt tedious in Banjo-Tooie, at least to me.
Yeah, like, I can think of a few examples. Like, I think, what was it? Grundy Industries had a few sections that were kind of annoying. But that's just Grundy Industries in a nutshell. That area is just kind of...
Yeah, I don't really like Running Industries. My favorite Mega Mix game is probably. Well, if I'm going by just the new ones, since I'll just go by the new ones for now. I like Kitties a lot, and I like what's the other one I really like? That's okay. Lumberjack. Oh, I like Blue Bear a lot too. I'm probably forgetting some, but those three are all good.
I mean, the best rhythm in that game is the Wrestling Man. Like, no contest.
Oh, I like. But he's an old one though. I'm talking about like the new. Actually, I like the First Contact too, because that's like the wrestling equivalent for this game.
Yeah, but does it have levels of the dough? Is that true?
No, but it has alien Mars loves moms. It's aliens.
That happening space prevented me from getting that star. Mario's catching up, but because I'm getting screwed with like movement.
Sun and Moon looks good.
I have no problems with Sun and Moon yet.
I hope it's more like Black and White than it is X and Y. Not that X and Y is bad, but I haven't seen anything. I like the character design so far. All the Pokemon look great, except for the legendaries. But
yeah.
I don't know if I want to do that though. I'll try it, I guess.
I think the only thing. Oh, sorry. The only thing Sun and Moon needs to do is have more interesting world, like more of an interesting world than X and Y. Because I always bring this up when people talk to me about it, and it's kind of an overdone example. But you go to the Cliff Town, I don't remember the name of it, where you go to one side and there's like the cave, but there's an aquarium in there, and they're like, holy crap, look at this aquarium! And there's no fish in it, for no reason.
Yeah, I remember
I think a better example is the Spooky House.
Okay, the Spooky House is the worst.
The Spooky House is so bad. It's just entirely pointless and serves no point except for... No, it serves no point. There's no point to the Spooky House. But, I mean, that's the thing with what was cool with Black and White is how you had stuff like, look, there's this, I can't remember what his name was, but the gym leader with the cowboy hat.
Clay.
Yeah, him. He's a gym leader, but he's also like the mayor almost of the town, and they're doing all these things and interacting. It's cool how everything works together, and it feels like these societies really integrated Pokemon into their world, and it feels like the best example of a Pokemon game in terms of Pokemon actually existing in the world, as opposed to just this is the world and also there's Pokemon in it. And then with X and Y, they kind of like backtracked on that a little bit.
Also, I like this minigame.
I do like this minigame. I like any minigame where you need to race to the end.
Also, Hotel Goomba. Lol, lol. I wonder what it's referencing. No.
I really hope not. That game is bad. Favorite Sun and Moon Pokemon is probably... I like the panda.
The koala bear, you mean?
Yeah, or that.
My favorite,
You know, pandas, koalas, same thing.
my favorite's probably the bug, because I like bug Pokemon when they're good. So I hope it's going to be good.
You're so mean to Young Goose.
I like Young Goose.
I do like the bug Pokemon too, actually. It's like a sheer grub from Pikmin.
I need to play that too, because I got Pikmin 3, but I haven't had a chance to play it yet.
I like Alf. And Charlie. And Brittany.
He's a good alien. So I guess I'll get this out of the way then, since I've been avoiding it. So Breath of the Wild. Here's what I'm gonna just explain my thought process to why I don't hate the game, and I'm actually still looking forward to it. But when you start off, the first thing you see is the trailer, and the trailer shows almost nothing off as far as it shows stuff off, but as far as what you think of like with puzzles and gameplay and story and stuff, all you see is just you can do these classic sandbox tropes. You can do all you can cook, you can dick around, okay, and then you get into the actual gameplay, and that's all they're focusing on. Bill's just putting explosives down, doing random bullshit. They talk about how the world is desolate, and how Hyrule's in decline, and they continue to only show, like, the only character you see is Old Man. The only puzzles you see are the small shrines, and they were hiding a lot of stuff about story. And of course, later on, we find out that they didn't input all the characters in. But as far as we were concerned, or as far as I was concerned, just watching it, there was no way you could know that. And people saying, well, of course they have characters. Well, they're changing the conventions. From what they were displaying to me, no, it looked like that there wasn't anything. And so all I'm seeing is this empty world. And the best example of this is early on, they put on the warm clothes and they go into this cold area just to go in there. And they don't get damaged, and they go up this mountain. And Pon was saying... that I said, watch, they're gonna come up there and there's gonna be nothing up there. Because I was kind of just bitching about how the world was empty, and Palm was like, no, it's too big of a set piece. There's got to be something important. And of course, there wasn't anything up there. But then later on, in the section that finally started to turn my opinion around, the one with the no shirt girl, who instead of just sticking around started to explain stuff a little bit better. No, in that area, you actually have to figure out how to get through that area without clothes. So you have to like either cook something or do something to make Link survive that cold area. And then when you get up there, the old man actually talks to you and shows you the world and gives you the warm clothes. And that I like, because that's the thing I like, being able to solve puzzles and having a purpose behind it. Yeah, I'm fine if you can, just play around and do random stuff. That's fine. People like that. I don't care about having the option, but I felt like they were just saying to people who like Zelda as it was, yeah, you guys get screwed over. And when they did show the puzzles, holy shit, they were wonderful. I love the stasis rune, I love the magnet rune, but I really love the stasis rune. All of the runes are great, and I'm really looking forward to it. But what I was, in terms of that aspect, what I was nervous about was they had talked about Link Between Worlds. They were saying, oh yeah, that's open world. Look at how that's open. We're going to try an open world type thing. It's not really open world, but they were going to try to do that. And you can get all of the items in the Link Between Worlds at the start for the most part. What ends up happening is because of that, all of the puzzles in the dungeons are very bare basics, because they're assuming you may or may not have the items. So they just all are just completely awful. All the dungeons are just really bad because they're just either super easy or... Wasn't there one that you can just walk through like in 2 minutes, I think? Is that Turtle Rock or something?
Turtle Rock's awful, and yeah, it's really easy.
So, but then you get to the final dungeon in that game, and they utilize the paint mechanic, or the wall mechanic, which I like. But when they're being original, when they're not trying to focus on the open world stuff, they have some really great puzzles, and that whole last dungeon is amazing because they use everything in conjunction with each other, and it's just wonderful. And what I was nervous about was that was going to be that it was going to suffer from that again, that they were going to try and focus too much on allowing people to do whatever they want, and the puzzles will suffer. And I don't think that's going to be the case for what little I've seen of the puzzles, but it just kind of annoyed me that the focus was on, look, I can bomb stuff and kill these generic moblins. And then on top of that, I said that the Horizon Dawn or whatever that game looked amazing. That's open world too, but I like that you had so many unique enemies that you could interact with in different ways. And eventually, yeah, in Breath of the Wild, you do eventually see some of those very shortly, like the rock thing. But it just felt like they were ignoring that, and they were focusing on the moblins. So my big thing was they presented it the worst possible way. And for anyone who just didn't like the idea of screwing around in an open world, I feel like there wasn't much of substance to be excited about. Like, oh yeah, it's Zelda, but what was there that you were excited about? I couldn't understand why people were so interested in just, running around in the woods. And that whole thing disappointed me, and it frustrated me that when this is our first look at the game that's coming out pretty soon, and your focus is on stuff that any other sandbox game does. And I don't care about what any game can do. I want to care about what Zelda can do. I want Zelda to make me like open world. And they weren't at the start.
Right.
And will it? Maybe. It's not like Color Splash where I'm not getting it. I'm going to get Breath of the Wild. I'll probably like it. But it was just poorly presented.
I definitely, I can kind of agree that, like, and, like, I only say, like, I agree, because after, like, looking at the same announcers, like, for the following day when they showed off the multitude of games, they really didn't have, like, the best, like, announcers or people talking about the game, and, like, especially for a game like Zelda, yeah, it definitely was presented in probably not the best way.
Well, okay.
But, like, I kind of have an idea of how I think it's gonna go, and maybe that's not the best way to put it, so... But, like, you know, after playing games like... just some of the MMOs that I've played, like Maple Story, for example, where it's like, you kind of do, like, one area, you get something, or do something that will allow you to access the next area, and kind of that adventure that you go on to get to the next area where you see stuff and you're like, oh, okay, let me explore this, or let me go here and check this out. That's kind of what I am, like, looking forward to most about Breath of the Wild. It's just like, yeah, we have to go to all these different runes and follow the checkpoints, but the adventure to get there, and then just, like, going there, seeing, like, a cave in the distance, and being like, you know, I kind of want to experience, I want to explore that, and then you can actually go there and, you know, maybe get something cool, or find a weapon that you haven't found yet, or just get an item that could be helpful. Like, that's kind of some of the stuff I like about just Zelda games in general, like, just finding stuff, and, like, finding, like, all the different grottos and the different caves, and it just feels like this game's going to be, like, just a huge, huge amount of that. And, like, I love the puzzles, too, and I think the runes will definitely provide a lot of that, and I'm wondering what the whole, the dungeon thing is, because they said there's runes and shrines, and then there's also dungeons, so I'm almost wondering what that's all about.
Well, and that's what was frustrating is, and I get that they were hiding the story elements, I'm fine with them doing that, but why didn't you do that in the trailer at least? It's not like, I understand not in the demo, but in the trailer you could have shown some of that off, and it's, what I liked about Skyward Sword, a lot of things, but one thing I liked was that everything in the game was a puzzle. As much as people complain about the world, it still felt like everything had a purpose for exploration. You know, everything felt like it meant something. And what I don't want to see happening is another thing with A Link Between Worlds. There was a lot of little secret grottos, and when you did them, you just got rupees that didn't really serve any point or any purpose. And I'm fine. I'm not saying everything should be super important per se necessarily. But if you're exploring all that, like what they were doing in the demo, exploring all these areas for generic stuff that doesn't mean anything. Now, if you get to see more of the crafting system and you pick up materials like that and you make it like Spirit Tracks had an aspect with that where you found what did it just trains or did you? I think it was just trains. But anyway, you had to go in different areas, different stations you could find. In fact, yeah, actually, surprisingly, Spirit Tracks, if they do it like what they did in Spirit Tracks but more open world. Because despite Spirit Tracks being on rails, you could do tasks for people and unlock new areas, and in those new areas you could discover new items for making your trains. And if they do it like that, holy shit, I would be totally for that. But that's not what it was. But that's not how it was coming across at first. It was coming across yeah, you can explore and get this stuff that doesn't do anything, or you can kill this same Bokoblin or Moblin or whatever over and over again. But I think basically they should have just fired everybody on stage except for Shirt Girl. She was cool. I liked her.
I like Shirt Girl too.
I think that's the same.
Yeah, Shirt Girl was the most, like, as soon as she came out, I'm like, okay, finally somebody who actually knows how to make the game seem appealing to people who want more than just, you know, what they were showing off. Yeah.
Okay, they said that everyone in chat's saying they want Nintendo to hire you, Mega, to be.
I'm fine with that. Yeah, I'm not like I'm not negative against it. I just am worried because I love Zelda. It's one of my favorite series, and I'm totally fine with it being open world. I would want them to prove to me that it can be done really, really good.
Yeah, I think going off of Skyward Sword, I know Mega talked about it already, but the thing I like a lot about Skyward Sword, let's ignore the sky because it's awful. But other than that, you are flying through the air, you land in a place, and it's not just a exploration place. It's a dungeon essentially. Like you go from the dungeon in the ground, and then you go into the actual dungeon where you fight the boss and whatever. But before that, it's just a dungeon. So you go dungeon to the real dungeon, you go back up to the sky, do whatever, then you go down and then do another dungeon, and then that dungeon leads to the real dungeon. It's just a series of dungeons after dungeon, and I really like that. So going not immediately after Skyward Sword, obviously, because there's a few in the middle, but going from that being the last 3D Zelda game immediately to a game that clearly is not going to that dungeon structure, that's what I like the most about Zelda is puzzles. Skyward Sword, every enemy's a puzzle, every little bit of the world is a puzzle, like Mega said. I'm a little more apprehensive about a game just being more of an action RPG, which it could be good. I don't doubt that it could be good, even though I don't really personally like action RPGs that much. Excuse me, but I don't know, it just seems like after so much, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is a really, really good game. It understands what it means to be a puzzle game, through and through. And then going to this, it leaves me a little apprehensive, especially after Link Between Worlds being really not exactly
bad.
What I like.
It was bad. I hated it before you hated it.
That's another thing I wanted to mention. Yeah, we also have some other kind of unpopular opinions, because apparently these two are not the greatest fans of A Link Between Worlds, which is apparently really well loved by a lot of people.
You know how A Link to the Past is a good game? So they just basically took A Link to the Past and then took everything good out of it, and that's what you got. It being very general. But A Link Between Worlds is just basically when A Link Between Worlds is trying to do their own thing, when they're trying to be, they have the wall painting mechanic and stuff like that, and they start focusing on the puzzles and such. It's great. When it's trying to be A Link to Past 2, it's awful. And the open world aspect is also awful. And both those two things are what hinders it. Because it's trying too hard to be like, oh look, this dungeon is the same type of or not exactly the same, but it's the same dungeon area as from A Link to the Past. And it just ruins the game.
I think another thing too is a lot of the dungeons, when I was talking about the game when it first came out, I was describing them as all the dungeons feel like DLC dungeons, but they really feel just like optional extra dungeons, because they're all like a gimmick dungeon. Hey, how well do you know the bomb? Let's give you a bomb-themed dungeon, and then you get an item that's not really helps your journey. It's like a new tunic or like a new shield or something, not something that's required for the game. So it's kind of like a bonus dungeon. The only reason you ever need to go to the dungeons is to get the maidens out of them, or whatever they are. The sages, I don't remember. But, so yeah, it feels like a bonus dungeon, and because it's only based on one item, you never get to see the cool stuff about Zelda where it's like, hey, look at this synergy. You know how you got the sand rod. Well, now let's toss a bomb on the sand rod and see what happens. It gets flown away, something like that. Not that that's ever happened in Zelda, but examples like that where you get to see, here's the new dungeon item. Now let's show you how this dungeon item works with every other item you've had to this point and understand those items.
But when they do it, it's amazing, like with the sand rod and the painting.
Yes, the painting is really good. I really like how the hookshot works with the painting in a unique way that you never really think about the hookshot before. Usually you need a platform under you. Now you don't. You can just shoot something and then go wherever with the painting. But, I don't know. There's too much of it where it gets that vibe of, it's just like you could have 8 normal dungeons that work like traditional dungeons, and then you could have the dungeon from Link Between Worlds as little bonus dungeons, especially since they take a few minutes to do. That, it would feel like maybe a more thorough game. It just, I don't know. That's my big issue.
That's another unpopular opinion. Someone asked, do you like Phantom Hourglass? I like Phantom Hourglass. The best part of Phantom Hourglass is the Temple of the Ocean King.
The Temple of the Ocean...
It's so good. It's the best dungeon.
The Temple of the Ocean King may be... It's at least in my top 5 dungeons of all time. It may be my favorite Zelda dungeon. That or Snow Peak Temple. Those are my 2 favorite
Snow Peak Temple. Here's the thing. People, and this was a complaint about Skyward Sword too, people seem to not like the idea of going back to anything ever, even if you do it differently. So with Skyward Sword, you went back to different areas, but you did something different in the area. But for whatever reason, they still didn't like that. And with the Ocean King, yeah, you go back to the Ocean King Temple a bunch. But every time you always have a new item, and what was cool is you could use the items for shortcuts. And people say, oh, it didn't help. No, if you knew every shortcut, it pretty much... The first area wasn't even hard at all. And what was cool is it empowered you. Zelda's always been about empowering you and giving you more items so that at the end of the game you're super powerful with your whole stock of items. And you got to see that incrementally in the Ocean King Temple, where you were able to utilize your abilities to take massive shortcuts. And then at the very end of the whole thing, you can just use your sword, and it's just you're at your peak. You're just super super powerful. And comparatively to the Spirit Tower, which everyone's like, oh, has done much better. Spirit Tower is just, first off, you don't get that sense of progress. It's just another dungeon. So you beat your dungeon, and now you have to do another dungeon. So while you do get that with the Ocean King Temple, it doesn't. You get that sense of reward with feeling powerful that you don't feel as dragged down having to do the next new section. And on top of that, too, I didn't like having to control Zelda personally in Spirit Tracks. Is probably the weakest element. So I never looked forward to those segments. But also, there was times where you had to go back to previous sections in the Spirit Tower just to get a new item, like a new section. So it's not like with the Ocean King Temple where you have to go through the whole thing and then you can use your new item to do new sections. You have to literally go to a new section or an old section that you otherwise don't have to go to just to get one thing with your new item. And that it's like you're going out of your way just to, you're basically getting off track. You're doing something entirely different instead of going with the flow, which is what I like about the Ocean King Temple is you just got the new stuff as you made the shortcuts along the way. You had to do it anyway, and you didn't have to go out of your way to find something, to backtrack.
Plus, I mean, it's just a case of it's making itself an issue, but I like the fact that the Temple of the Ocean King times you, too, because you have not only just, like, a kind of, like, an emotional way of saying you're getting better at the game, you also have, like, a physical, like, a timer that says, hey, you did it in this much time. Now with your skill, not only do you... Also, you got blown up.
I hate my teammate in that game. They just don't do
Who was it that
else.
one? It wasn't Mario, was it?
It was Daisy.
Daisy.
No, it was Daisy.
But, yeah, so, like, not only are you getting a little better because you've gone out in the world and you fished and found more sand, you're also getting more... You're getting better, so the time that you stick to is going to get better and better. It has a cool speedrunning element that you can do after you beat the dungeon. Even if after you beat the game, you can still speedrun it and be like, well, let's see how fast I can do it here. And that's kind of something that never ever really... They don't approach it in any other Zelda game, and I think it really works here.
And the thing is, too, any of the opinions I have, I don't just, oh yeah, I have detailed reasons for everything that I think. I don't like just, and no matter what you feel, if you can give a reason for why you feel that and are willing to listen to other people's reasons, because I feel like a lot of times people know what they're feeling, but they don't know how to explain it, and then you get people a lot of times will be like, oh yeah, I dislike it because of this, but that's not exactly why you dislike it. There is a reason, but what you're saying is like, people will hear what other people are saying and they'll assume. I can't think of an example off the top of my head, but there are times where people will just go off the basis of, well, like Sticker Star, for example. People are saying the Sticker Star is the mechanics, and that's an aspect of it, but that's not the... If you really look at it, I think there are other reasons that you could give that why you dislike it. And I think that if you do anything, just trying to examine why you dislike something helps, because it also helps you understand why other people like something. And then you can all get along, because you're like, I get why you like that, man, even though it's trash.
Also, Rahoo!
You're like killing it at this game.
Yeah, really.
Wait,
You're
what?
doing real well.
I mean, I am. I honestly don't feel like I'm doing very well with minigames. I've been kind of like back and forth with minigames. But it may not matter. It may not matter.
I feel like that's the thing with some of the later ones, is the minigames matter a little bit less, somewhat, at least for 5.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, wasn't there a bit of that in 3, too? Like, I don't remember 3 too well, but I remember that being an
I feel like 3 was a little bit more balanced, because, yeah, the items were important, but there was still... Minigames were still an important factor of 3. Like, it wasn't like just the board itself could influence you. Plus, there was a lot of, like Shy Guy says, or not Shy Guy says, well, yes, but Shy Guy, Game Guy says, they have different mode minigames, like the battle roulette and stuff like that, which I'm kind of sad they got rid of. Like the Goomba battle thing or whatever. That's not in the later games, or is it?
And that's just the
yeah.
game,
Well, with the Goomba.
I mean, it is, but
Like Goomba.
Battle games become like sometimes a 4-player game turns into a battle game,
Okay.
basically.
Um,
But yeah, But yeah, I'm losing like so many mini games. Like
We're stressing you out with our bad opinions.
Sorry. Let's have a good opinion. What's the opinion that we share with Slim?
Nintendo's a good company.
I don't know about that.
For the most part.
Oh, damn it. Damn it, you guys.
Oh, never mind. I was gonna say Radiant Dawn's a good game, but Mega doesn't like it.
What? I didn't say. Yeah, I don't like it. I like Awakening and.
I don't like it.
I like Awakening.
I like Conquest. You haven't played that yet.
I haven't played it.
I love Conquest there.
I like
Zero.
Fire Emblem 6 and Fire Emblem 7.
I love Fire Emblem 7.
Yeah, we like Fire Emblem 7.
Okay, what's our opinion on oxygen and breathing? That's an
I
important
could
one.
live without it. Actually, I couldn't.
I don't need it. Actually, that's the opposite, but still.
Slim, what game? Because I know 8 does this, where the bonus stars at the end, they're not set, right? Because there's like the shopping star sometimes instead of like whatever star. Is that only? Does that start in 8?
That started at that started in 6.
Whoa!
Actually.
I've not played 6.
Wait, what are you?
Yeah.
I missed that. What were you talking about?
How? Never mind. You can probably.
Actually, maybe it did start in 7. Like, I think it gave like a new star in 6 instead of like one of the old ones. But basically, like, you know, for Mario Parties 1 through 5, it was the, you know, the minigame star, the coin star, the happening star. At some point, that actually changed.
Oh, okay.
Where it's like those aren't the.
Yeah, then there's the candy star, the one you got for eating the most candy.
You know what? This is gonna be a. Well, actually, wait.
A controversial opinion.
No, I'm thinking about the.
Do it.
dual
Kill her.
opportunity
Shoot her.
I have
Shoot
here.
her!
Well, I can choose anybody.
Choose the map.
Kill the map.
This is what I'm gonna do, actually. What do you want from your opponent's star? I will. For a chance for one of his stars, I'll give 50 coins.
You should
sure.
duel that guy.
I mean, honestly, coins don't matter. I feel like coins matter less in the later Mario Party. I think that's why minigames don't count. Because, I mean, you can buy the orbs and stuff, but I don't know. It just seems like there are easier ways to get stars later on without just buying them.
But did 9 and 10 have? Did they go back to more traditional?
I mean, they're in a car.
Well, okay, that's not traditional, but like minigame, coin, and
Damn it.
the damn it star.
Whatever, I didn't lose a star. 9 and 10 had a different system altogether. Like, it didn't have, like, really... They did have, like... Because they didn't have, like, the stars and coin system of 8. Of 1
Didn't have
to 8.
stars at all?
They had mini stars.
Oh, that's
which were
right.
Basically like coins, but, like, whoever had the most mini stars at the end of the game won. So there were no, like, higher collectibles.
That's right. I forgot about that.
That sounds...
Also, I hated that dual mini game anyway, because I don't know how to control that one for the life of me.
Although I haven't looked at anything for 10. I only know vaguely a little bit of 9 from watching your videos on it.
I know that 10's Bowser Battle Mode is kind of bad. Or more so, not so bad, but like poorly done, I think would be the better. Like, it had potential, but...
I agree. I think it definitely has potential. I feel like it's very unbalanced, though, and imbalanced in a way where it's imbalanced on one side and on the
Yeah,
other.
that's what I was gonna say, like it's out, but
Yeah.
it's both ways. Because sometimes Bowser's overpowered, and sometimes no, the team like is way overpowered.
Yeah. Which I always feel like the team's overpowering Bowser. Like, that happens to me more. But everyone in my comment section's like so livid that Bowser has the advantage, which I don't know, whatever.
Is there a mini game?
I have this one person who keeps leaving comments telling me that I need to change my opinion on that, which is just dumb. But okay.
You should let them talk to me. About... what was I gonna say? Shoot, I forgot. Oh, isn't it a thing like? Because I know people say like the Amiibo Party mode is really the only way of playing "quote unquote" traditional Mario Party. But if you want to play as Bowser in that, you get stuck playing the Bowser mode.
Oh, yeah, the Bowser
Pretty
amiibo
much.
just skins Bowser
Yeah.
mode or something, doesn't it?
It basically makes it so every minigame's one of the Bowser minigames, so it's going to be like 1 versus 3 the whole
That's no
time.
fun. Is there a minigame where you're in a pool and you have to shoot Mario while you're bathing with
What?
Bowser
What?
Jr.?
What?
He's talking about Super Mario Sunshine.
Oh,
Megan.
I thought I'm like, what? What are you talking about?
It's like shower with your dad simulator,
No,
but with shower with your dad.
I need an adult.
But I will defend Mario Party 9 as much as I hate the car gimmick. I thought it was at least done well in Mario Party 9. I wouldn't have made that the next
Thing.
console Mario Party game, but for what it is, it's pretty harmless. Like I think it's done all right in that game, but continuing it on with 10 was just not really that good, and the boards weren't as memorable as the Mario Party 9 ones.
Ooh, Splatoon has a new Splatfest: Early Birds versus Night Owls.
I don't think anyone will ever vote for Early Bird.
They're not gonna get massacred. Yeah, no, I don't know. I bought 8 and then I didn't buy 9 and 10, and both of them just don't look. Even 8 was just kind of okay, but I don't know why they don't have online at this point. I mean, I know a little bit why, but like,
Oh yeah. for sure.
as much as having a couch game is great, because don't get me wrong, it is. In this day and age, it's kind of falling out of style, and there's Mario Parties would be a perfect game to play online with people. I mean, Monopoly has online.
Exactly.
I'd be a little concerned just about the mini games, just the timing wise. I don't know. I mean, I guess
I mean, it would be bad, but yeah, I do understand that aspect. But like, still, they should at least try
Yeah.
and see if they can make a
what
server.
are
Because Fortune Street didn't really have any like
Was it online?
mini games, but Fortune Street
Yeah.
had. Yeah, I had online. I enjoyed playing online with like Odin and a lot of my other friends who had.
I forget the Fortune. Not that it's bad or anything, but I just forget it exists a lot of times.
I like
Because there was a lot of niche games on the Wii that, like, Rhythm Heaven was one of them that released and people just didn't really pay attention to. Fortune Street's another one. Mario Sports Mix, too, for that matter, is a really good game that.
Oh yeah, Sports Mix is great.
And instead, everyone focused on like a lot of the games that were just kind of, meh.
What about the Munchables?
What?
The Munchables is actually really good.
What's
it's
that?
like, it's kind of like I mean, it's not a spiritual successor because it's not like the same developers or anything like that, but it's sort of like Cubivore a little bit. It feels a little bit like a new Cubivore. You just eat a bunch of things. There's a guy who's made a poo in it.
Sounds
but-
riveting.
It's like
Oh.
Feeding Frenzy, but on the ground.
Oh, you mean the one with the fish?
Yeah. But I like the Munchables. And
I saw it on Twitter. I have this. I think the official Splatoon or Nintendo or something. Let me see. Yeah. Oh no, it was actually Go Nintendo tweeted it. They said.
Go Nintendo. And like, yeah, I get that, Honky John. Like, that's definitely another concern. People leaving the game, like in between, and that would mess it up. But like, there's other games where they make those players computers, so you can at least still
Make it that if you leave the game, your Wii U explodes.
Exactly.
Well,
then
it's, or you do it like Splatoon, where you just lose the player and that's it. But they usually then you get screwed and massacred. But at least at that, they usually don't make you lose points. Like if you're playing ranked mode, you only lose like 1 point. Depends. Sometimes when you're getting close to changing rank, Splatoon sometimes becomes unfair because like one time I was, how Pon with ranked mode, if you're on a team with lower rank versus a higher rank, you don't lose as much because you're at a disadvantage because you're at a lower rank. And when you're getting close to changing rank, though, they just throw those rules out and they just make you lose like the max amount every time.
Ooh, I'm in another duel where it is going to cost me a star, so I better win
What?
this.
Shooter!
I mean, yeah, even if they made you, but like you said, the computer players, there's no reason they couldn't add the computer player in.
What game is this again? I don't even remember.
Shy Guy says.
Oh, this one.
I did see the fire rod footage, but like most of the items in Breath of the Wild right now, except for the runes, but most of them are just look like disposable. They're cool, but they don't have the same sense of empowerment. It looks like they're using the runes for that, which is fine.
I only wonder, because it seemed to be like the runes, you got all the runes on the top area. Does that, and like you said, like the bows break, I assume if you get like bombs or something, maybe sometimes you get a limited amount and then it's consumable like that. And then, whatever, you'll have a bunch of consumable items. Does that mean like you get all the main items just in the overworld and then everywhere else you explore you just have to deal with whatever? I don't know. Unless you just, like, you get more expansion to your tablet and you get more runes as the game goes on.
Yeah. So, if I was a fish, which CSS member would I haunt?
Okay, hold on. I can't believe I forgot there was a charge-up thing in that game, so I could have finished that a lot faster, but I just was stupid and forgot you could charge.
I was wondering what you were doing. I'm like, what?
And you just gave a tiny poke at the very end. You're just like...
Yeah.
Challenge mode.
I forgot you could charge it. So whatever, I won the game.
You should do that with the turbo nozzle.
Oh my god.
I
You
did
saw
see it
that,
later.
didn't you, Megan?
Yeah.
I know you left. Okay, good. That was hilarious. My favorite part of that still being, this isn't helping. You wanted this to help?
It didn't help. The thing is, when you watch the footage, you can see his struggle was trying to get over to that far end, and that's what helped with that turbo nozzle, surprisingly.
Yeah.
Because everything else he just did, he timed his falls perfectly. I don't know how he was able to do that.
Yeah. That whole thing is like really badly timed to begin with. Like, I hate that mission now. I used to kind of enjoy it because I thought it was kind of quirky and
it is, but
when I did my Let's Play of that, like, I was like, okay, this sucks. Actually, this is really bad.
You needed a master degree to do it, Slim. He could do it because he was able to calculate angles and velocity on the fly.
Hey, he couldn't do it at first.
he was busy calculating. It took him a while. He's not a computer.
Stop the downloading.
Alright, well, I'm gonna go get my taco real quick. And I'll leave Pon to shower you with bad opinions.
I mean, he will do that.
Who wants a bad opinion? Ask me an opinion and I'll give you my bad opinion on it.
At any game, because Pon likes the...
It'll work.
Pon likes quirky games, though, a lot.
That's true. I like The Binding of Isaac a lot, except Afterbirth.
You didn't play any of Afterbirth.
I don't like Afterbirth.
I like Afterbirth. It's okay, but I get why you don't like it.
Go get your tacos.
I like my tacos.
What do I think of tacos? I like tacos. I go to Taco Bell too much.
I hate Taco Bell. That's the controversial opinion here. I hate
Oh, no.
Taco Bell.
I'm gonna have to hang up now. Nothing else in this call could ever do anything like my hate of people who hate Taco Bell. Just kidding.
That's fine. That was fine. It was nice talking to you again, I guess.
See you in 5 years.
Yeah, probably. Oh, God. Tacos and pizza, yum. I just don't like it. Like, I'm not really big on Mexican food, honestly. Like, I'm really, really not. And, you know, Taco Bell's the most generic, like, fast food type of establishment for Mexican food, which I already kind of dislike, so it's like,
Yeah, I mean, it's true. Like, my aunt used to always ask me this, where, like, I could get, like, real Hispanic food all the time. And like Taco Bell is not real Mexican food. Like most Mexican food you get in a restaurant isn't really like real Mexican food. And I can go like down the street like 5 minutes and get like a real Mexican taco. And it's good. I still like that. And I don't know why I like Taco Bell when I can get so much better stuff, but I do.
Yeah. Whatever, I'm not gonna use that.
I used to get really sick eating fast food, but it always goes in waves where like it's like, oh, I can't eat this because I'll get sick. But then I push through it and I start eating more, and then I won't get sick anymore, and then I'll eat it, and I'm like, okay, I need to stop, and then I'll start getting sick on it again.
Right.
Which maybe I should stop eating it so I can get sick again and stop eating fast food.
Yeah, get sick. Get sick, dude. Okay, here's Odin Spack's favorite minigame in this game.
The beaver bother.
No, because that's a terrible game.
They should put beaver bother in more games.
They really shouldn't. Okay, that's an unpopular opinion right there. Putting beaver bother.
What they should do is they should make all the beavers, instead of talking like the beavers, they go. They should make them all talk like the beetle, and whenever they fall in the hole, they scream like the beetle.
Come on, team. You can beat Daisy in a mech. Come on. We lost because they couldn't beat Daisy in a mech. Oh, yeah, Subway. I love Subway. Subway's great.
I think the Subway by me got rid of their veggie patty, so I don't eat it as much. But I still eat it sometimes.
Okay, last 2 turns. No, Madame Wario is not going to be here. I haven't talked to her in a very long time, so... Safe bet. Probably not going to be here. Okay, let me check a few things. No new followers. In a way, I guess that's good, but, don't have to read off any names, but...
I'll type
It's okay.
type some names, some garbage names, and you can read those off if you want.
Yeah.
Instead,
Oh, we do have a donation though. Shoutouts to all those great Saturday morning cartoons. Let's all sing along to the openings. Also, let's spread the Star Warrior love to those kids in the hospital. From Weaver. So thank you, Ilu Weaver, for donating $10 to Child's Play. That's really sweet and great of you to do. So thank you for that. What's your opinion on Pac-Man for the Atari?
it smells, and it broke everything.
Oh, it smells and it
I like Pac-Man though, so my appreciation of it's probably a little higher because I like Pac-Man.
Yeah, Pac-Man's cool. I like Pac-Man too.
I want to be like that guy. I don't know if you've ever seen the YouTube video about the guy who's in love with Pac-Man, and he just drives in his truck with a megaphone, of course a Pac-Man megaphone, because why not? And he just goes, Pac-Man!
Oh yeah.
Pac-Man!
No, I have not
really
seen
good.
that, but it sounds hilarious.
I like Pac-Man. I want to be him.
Okay. Mary Popping. Oh, this one. Oh, I'm pressing the wrong button. Damn it!
Shouldn't hit the reset button.
Dang it! I thought it was just A, but I had to press A and B at the same time. Ah.
I like the animation for this though, because they're just flailing. Like if you, because I couldn't really see the bullets, so it just looked like Daisy was just like flapping and quacking. And now she's happy. She's happy because you died.
Downside to having the minigame minigame explanation screens off.
Have to remember on the fly.
Yeah. Which I know is not great, but like those, it does take like extra seconds to do all those, which I don't. Like I want to try to get through these games as fast as possible. And someone actually said like a few seconds ago something about like he's only on Mario Party 5. Keep in mind, I did 50 turns of both 1 and 2. Those take around 2.5 to 3 hours to do each. I'm actually ahead of schedule right now. And what a roll! I'm gonna steal that star, I'm gonna steal a star from Mario, so I'm still gonna win, even with not getting any bonus stars whatsoever.
If you make a lot of progress, that just means you get to spend even more time playing Mario Party 10.
I'm just doing one of each mode and then stopping this. I'm done. I do not want to play that game for very long.
You could play Pac-Man Party. Pretend it's a Mario Party game. That has Pac-Man in it.
I thought about that. I thought about doing just like random party games after I was done, but I think what I'm going to end up doing is I'm thinking like after I finish all the games, I'm probably going to go back to Mario Party 1 and do Minigame Island, because I'm pretty sure I can beat that very, very quickly. And then like maybe do Mario Party 2's Minigame Coaster, although that's a lot harder, so probably not. But I don't know, just like other little mini-games like that.
Play the minigames in Sonic and the Secret Rings, because they're all bad, and they wanted to make a Mario Party clone so bad in that game.
But they had some... What?! I've never seen a draw in that game!
How's that... I can't even see how that would be possible, like...
You'll see how.
That seems crazy.
How did that happen? I love how the hammer turns, like, sideways.
I'm back.
They hit both teams. Okay, he's back from
What did I miss? What opinion did I miss? No, it's not Taco Bell. Taco Bell's awful. I'm having muddy Taco Bell.
Oh,
It is! I don't like Taco Bell.
I agree, I hate Taco Bell.
What opinions did I miss?
I said Sonic and the Secret Rings has bad mini games that was trying to be Mario Party.
That's not... I don't think anyone disagrees with that.
Oh, Magnus actually liked Sonic and the Secret Rings party mode.
I mean, it's probably better than the rest of the game.
Yeah, 'cause that's what I thought. I thought, like, I've heard that Secret Rings is not really that great.
No. Jumping is on motion control. Like, I actually think Sonic and the Black Knight's actually a pretty fun game. It's not awful. But they also gave you, like, you could move with a different control scheme than just, the Wii remote. But in Sonic and the Secret Rings, you have to, like, fling the Wii remote up in the air to jump, and then fling it back to homing attack, and it's stupid.
See,
bad.
my opinion is that every Sonic game is bad except for Sonic 2. That's not even true, but I don't really like any of the new Sonic games in general. Because everyone's like, oh, Colors is amazing, and I didn't like Colors.
There's a controversial opinion. I don't really like the level design in Sonic Generations. I think the last outstanding Sonic game was Sonic Unleashed. Everything since then, the HD version of Sonic Unleashed. Wii and PS2 version is garbage.
Or Sonic Lost Worlds.
I mean, I like Sonic Lost Worlds, but like I only like it for the like the controls on Sonic are fun. Everything else, not anything special.
I'm gonna have no coins, like, whatsoever, but I do have 9 stars, so...
I think Baby Bowser's gonna come, or Koopa Kid's gonna come and steal it.
That's the thing, I could still get... Wait. Oh, this is the last turn. No, I win.
Is there a way to just steal all the... Oh, switch stars, right? You could switch them.
Yeah, from chance time. But yeah, well, no, I was the last person to go on the last turn, so... No, it's over, I win.
Is this your most? Is this the one you dominated the most in then?
No, Mario Party 2.
Oh, you did?
I had 13 stars.
Jesus.
And over 200 coins, I think.
And then Mario Party 1 was just average, and then you lost in Mario Party 3 because it was from what I heard, a shit show. Or what?
I won Mario.
That's what I said. I said Mario Party 1 though was just average.
Oh. Well, the thing about Mario Party 1 is I was behind the whole game, but like I had like so many coins, so I had like a really good strat where I just basically set myself up in a position where I could get like 5 stars in a row, and I basically just caught up with everyone and won that way.
That actually seems pretty impressive too. You've been doing pretty good. You've been doing pretty good so far.
Again, I didn't like my minigame performance.
Oh, besides that, we've been distracting you though.
I mean, yeah, with all your wrong opinions.
None of them have been wrong. The only wrong opinion What?
What? I won the minigame.
You won the minigame star?
How?
My minigame performance have been awful, but
Typical Slim sandbagging when he knew he was winning the whole time.
to be fair, it's not like any of them were doing that much better.
That's probably true. I get, yeah, my coins won maybe, but still, like, I felt like I only won like 6 games during that whole thing.
Wow, Slim, you couldn't have won the Happening Star? What's wrong with you? I'm leaving right now. Gross.
There was a draw on Manic Mallets.
This game shows you. Well, all of them do, I think, but they have the stats too. You should look at it and see how close you were.
Yeah, let's see. I won! Wait, hold on. No, okay, I won by more. I got 154. Second place was 101.
Oh, wow.
For mini games. But, like, I thought it was only by 3, but I was like, oh wait, no, that's Daisy, so never mind. Let's see, and yeah, coins. Yeah, Mario had a lot of coins at the end, I'm not surprised there. And yeah, Daisy landed on a lot of happenings, so... Okay, well, that's that game. Maybe I should have done 35 for this game, because I actually finished this an hour ahead of schedule.
What more time to play Mario Party 10?
Well, I'm not next.
No, you should drop every other game and just play 10 until tomorrow.
Oh, God. Hold on. Disney fan says they're getting lag. That lag would be on you, no one else, because I have not dropped any frames at all since,
On my screen, I'm just seeing a picture slideshow. No, not really.
So yeah, honestly, Slim, are you playing Mario Party E? I'm waiting for Odin to get here with the board so we can play Mario Party E live for you guys. No, that's not happening.
You've played Mario Party DS though, right? I know you're not doing it now, but you have played it.
Oh yeah. I like
That's
Mario
not
Party
bad.
DS. I think it's fun for what it is. Okay, well, I'll go ahead and get 6 in. And I will, like, I was originally going to do 30 turns for 6. I think I'll up it to 35 just because we have some time.
Make sure that you need to save the world, Slim, from the Sun and Moon fighting so that you can stop Marks from becoming evil.
Thanks. Be right back.
What if